People that we see that are moving a bit quicker in life, it looks like they are sleek. It looks like they are attaining certain things a bit earlier compared to the so many others. Trust me, it's because they know something. Are you feeling stuck? Like you have hit a wall and things just aren't going the way you thought they would? Maybe you're not just sure how to rise again. Maybe you are already on the journey trying to find your way forward. Whether it's your relationship, it's your finances, career, or even your spiritual life. At Apeiron, we navigate the journey with you. We explore different dimensions of wisdom to help you rise and grow. Hey guys, welcome back once again to Apeiron. I'm very, very excited that you have chosen to spend your wonderful time again with us here. Now you know that our job is to unlock your God-given potential through wisdom and knowledge. And today I'm going to be talking about a very, very important topic. And because of this, millions of people all over the world are stuck in one place year after year. They are literally moving in cycles. I know you're asking yourself a question. What exactly is this? The answer to that is ignorance. Now, ignorance is something that not so many people actually pay attention to. Some of them don't even know they're ignorant, especially pertaining to certain things. But I want to help you understand what is ignorance. Ignorance is a state of being unaware or a lack of understanding of how something is supposed to be done. Ignorance is not stupidity. No, it's not stupidity. It's a lack of understanding of how something is supposed to be done. It's not just that. It also captures something like a lack of desire to even seek to know what you have to know to be able to get results. Now, someone is asking themselves, am I ignorant? It is possible. Examples could be, you might not know how to handle money. Let me hope I'm not talking about you. You might not know how to communicate. You might not know anything about purpose. You might not know how to keep a marriage. Now, because I read a lot of books, I'm going to quote the Bible. The Bible says, and God was speaking to his people that he loves, that my people perish. Why? Not because of an enemy, not because of their enemies, or not because of whatsoever it is, but they are perishing because they lack wisdom. So the reason as to why they are perishing is because they lack wisdom. That means you cannot afford to be ignorant. In fact, let me also quote another great man, and that's Napoleon Hill. He says that an ignorant man always admires what he does not understand. Just think about that. An ignorant man, he always admires what he does not understand. What this means is that ignorance is keeping this man from implementing. That means he is only limited to admiring. Why? Because he lacks knowledge of how something is supposed to be done. He is limited to only admiring, but he lacks understanding. So this implies that ignorance is a very dangerous place for you to be. So now, let me talk about the dangers of ignorance. And again, just to remind you, you can't afford to be ignorant in a year like this 2025, where you started the year saying, I want my life to turn around. So the first principle that we are covering or talking about is the principle of knowledge. Because the beginning of the change of every life starts from that place of understanding what don't I know that is responsible for these results. Because you should know that in life, the principle of seed and harvest, or sowing, or cause and effect is in play. So even the things that you do in ignorance at one particular point are going to bring results that will be negative. Now, the dangers of ignorance. Let's cover them. Because someone might say, I'm ignorant and I don't have a problem with that. Please, ignorance is dangerous. So let's look at the dangers. Number one, you are going to be moving in cycles. Let's draw a clear picture of a man who is moving on a journey, but he has no clue of where he is going. What do you think is going to happen? That means he's going to move from one place to another, one day, 1 week, months, years, wandering, but because he has no idea of the route that takes him to a particular spot, you're going to waste a lot of time in circles. Yet that time could have been redeemed if you sought knowledge, or if you knew what exactly to do. That's one danger. Danger number two, making wrong choices. My goodness, I have been a victim of the same. I've made terrible decisions that have led to results that at this point, the fact that I've grown, I do not regret anymore. But I look back and I believe I could have done better if I knew what to do. So you're going to make terrible decisions. Let me give you an example. If you lack understanding or knowledge about how to handle a conflict, the moment you enter into an argument with your wife, with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, with your partner, with your friends, the first thing you might do is maybe raise a slap. And that's going to land you in danger. So anybody who is ignorant ends up making wrong or bad decisions, or taking bad choices. And the end of that is doom. It's a painful state when a man is making wrong decision after wrong decision after wrong decision. It's terrible. It's terrible. I can't tell you. It's terrible. Danger number three. Like I said in one, you're going to waste a lot of time. Trust me. The people that we see that are moving a bit quicker in life, it looks like they are sleek. It looks like they are attaining certain things a bit earlier compared to the so many others. Trust me, it's because they know something. So anytime when you are in the know, or you have understanding of what you're doing, it sort of redeems time. You don't have to waste a lot of time. Let me give a clear example. Let's assume you're flying to New York and you're going to be going to New York City. And when you go to New York City, there is a location, a specific location that you know you're going to be going to for a business deal. Now, you have no idea of this particular location. You fly, get on the plane, land in New York. That business meeting was scheduled to happen in the next 1 hour. But you have no idea. The phone has run out. The battery has died of your phone. And you are clueless. What will happen? Because you don't know, you're going to waste a lot of time. Ideally, ignorance is a dangerous thing. Do you know how many people could have been successful at this point in their lives? Do you know how many people could have been married at this point in their lives? Do you know how many people could have had successes in the different aspects? Maybe it's their career, but they lack knowledge. They are ignorant. That's why I'm saying you cannot afford to be ignorant. And by the way, just to bring in a little bit of statistics. Now, research indicates that 95% of project failures is a result of a certain sort of ignorance in a given aspect. Many people who fail do not fail because maybe there's someone doing voodoo on them. Maybe there's an enemy or something. No, but there's a lack of understanding in a given aspect. Very important. I want you to think about that many people who fail actually do not fail because they are dumb. They do not fail because they are stupid. Many projects that do not succeed do not fail because they lack funding, no. Because they lack marketing, no. But perhaps there's an aspect where someone who is in charge of the project lacked understanding. It could be people management, basic things like that. But because they lack understanding, the project has now turned down to be a failure. So it's very important for you to know. I'm saying this to, number one, motivate you so that you can, to awake you, to put you in a situation where you refuse to be ignorant. Now, there's a lot about life that you ought to know. That's why I like Alvin Toffler. I mean, he made a very wonderful quote, or he gave us a very wonderful saying. It says that in the 21st century, the illiterate man will not be the one who cannot read or write, no, but it will be one who cannot learn to unlearn and relearn. A very simple thing. That means when you look for people who are striving to attain a certain level of success, you're going to be learning your entire life. So the question here is, why don't people seek knowledge? For real. I mean, if ignorance is going to give me negative results, that means if I seek knowledge about something, I'm going to attain positive results. So here are the couple of things that I can point out possibly that could be a limitation. Especially now, you should know that the next level of results you intend to command will require a certain level of knowledge. That means there's a possibility, there's a very huge possibility that when you learn to know how to do certain things, you're going to improve your chances when it comes to succeeding in those very same activities or whatever it is that you're engaging in. Number one. So the first reason is at times pride. It can't stand in the way of your success. That's why you realize that many of the successful people that we celebrate, they exhibit one common character. And in most cases, that is humility. The ability to know or recognize that you don't know everything. Much as I'm sharing this, trust me, I don't know everything. I don't know all things, no. There are things that I see certain people that have perhaps gone ahead of me, and we share, and I begin to capture certain clues that will help me to acquire or attain success. Number two, at times it could be fear. There are people who are ignorant, perhaps because they are afraid of the results that will come out, especially when they begin maybe to conduct a diagnosis or something like that. I'll give you an example. Perhaps you feel a pain in your body. You don't know what's wrong with you. But because you are afraid of the results, you choose to stay ignorant. Dangerous, but very true. Many people are just like that, afraid of the results. Number three, it could be laziness. Boy, I don't want to put in the work. I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like reading a book. I don't feel like waking up in the night. I don't feel like, you get. So it might be laziness. They don't have, they want results, but there's no effort that is put into play. And trust me, that is something that is not going to work. And sometimes ignorance can be a result of distractions. Just maybe you're too busy. It could be scrolling on social media, instead of learning, you're doing a lot of scrolling. Hey, I ain't saying scrolling is bad, nope. But I'm simply saying sometimes you could be too distracted to even learn basic things. Yep. So it's very, very important for you to identify this. I'm saying this to say, now, remember, the agenda is to enlighten you, to wake you up, to set you up, to revive you, and bring you back to a spot where you are enlightened and you know what to do to get to the next level of your life. So how are you going to be going through this process? Number one, it's very important for you to ask yourself a question. What am I missing? Such questions are going to help you to unveil the ignorance in different aspects. It could be in your marriage, it could be in your relationships, it could be in your finances, it could be in your career, it could be in your business. The question is, what am I missing? The second question, very important, what do I need to learn? Number three, who can guide me? A very, very powerful question. So, again, allow me to quote Jim Rohn. He says that formal education will always make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. So it's important for you to know that you're always going to be learning from people. Again, I want to repeat these questions. What am I missing? What do I need to learn? And who can I learn from? I'll give you an example. You enter into the YouTube space. It's important for you to know if things or results are not reflecting, the desired results are not being manifested. Now we get to the questions. What exactly am I missing? What do I need to learn? And who is available to guide me? And I know that by you implementing this, you're going to be a successful person. You're going to attain success. So once again, allow me to appreciate you, number one, for spending your glorious time, or wonderful time, with me here at Apeiron. I'm very excited about that. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Ask the questions that you want me to answer based on the comment section. My life experiences. I told you, I have been through the trenches. I have seen some of the darkest times in life, and I've been able to bounce back through knowledge, through wisdom, and I'm enlightened to fulfill the purpose upon my life. Thank you so much once again. Ciao. Let's meet next time. Goodbye.